Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. Can't see it, says brave, Braveheart. We all could use that from time to time, sometimes more deeply than others, depending on what's being brought up for us to look at, to know, to realize is still in our field. Those things that we need a brave heart for are fairly easy, but generally a way to grow. So 6 different little obscure decks were the ones that wanted to come through today to give us some information, guidance, some understanding. And of course, my guides, angels, companions are here today. And so let's get into this, see what this beautiful Friday holds as a portention for this lovely weekend coming up. The first card coming up is my Breath Map Oracle cards. I got these in Sedona years ago. The message is conscious breathing lifts the veil of unknowing, one realization at a time. Our breath empowers fragile dreams to withstand the light of day. Breathing up, hear the words, now I know. Breathing out, hear the word, why. And you know, the title of this is You Are Not What Other People Tell You, what anyone or everyone has ever told you. This is that card giving you an understanding as to there is a journey to the you that is truly you, that is not the design that other people have told you you are or might have told you. Some of them have been accurate. And let me tell you, those are the ones who have told you how wonderful, beautiful, strong, talented, capable you are. But many of us have had a host of others, and even if it's just not world and society in general, everything we are not. And then it becomes our responsibility to look at these things, and we are the ones that choose to take them in as truth, even though we might have been very young. We chose to take them in because they were going to fit into what we wanted to learn and grow and become in this lifetime. That does not mean they were easy or lovely or uplifting. What it means is they point to some energies within us that are creating this life we're living for reasons that we don't always understand. Breath work is a huge tool in the getting rid of the noise and just allowing some of the truths to come through that we need only ever for our next best step. We don't get that whole end picture because there is no end point. There's no end picture in this life. It is always a pathway to greater expansion and understanding and our effect in the world. That phrase that I put in the description, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right, because it is you and what you believe about you that is designing and forming and divining this world that you live in. It's not the world I live in. It's not the world your neighbor lives in, your brother, your sister, your child. It is the world you have created within the deep and the depths of who you are. The Light Your Day card. This is my Oracle deck, the first one I ever made, and it was for this day. It's yellow, which is why you can only hardly see it. Well, I can only hardly see it. This says the light I'm sending you today is translucent, bright yellow. This is the light of inspiration and light. Thank you. Julia says happy 43rd anniversary to that was yesterday. We went out to dinner and celebrated. It takes a shit ton of work. Congratulations. It takes a constant choice and a constant choosing. Back to the reading. The light of inspiration. As this light influences you today, circumstances will have no effect on how you feel. You will consciously choose to feel joy. love, and lightheartedness. You'll be choosing to exercise control over the circumstances and not be under them. Again, this is always a choice. Good morning, Francesca, Grand Rising. This control doesn't come from changing them, but from changing how you choose to see them. Again, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't. This remark Julia made about marriage. 43 years, and I laugh and I tell people, and most of the time I like him a lot. That is the depth of truth in a relationship that is long term. It is not always lovely, peaceful, whatever, romantic, all of that. It is a choice that is made many times to continue to work on it. That is the same with you and where you at, what you're projecting out into the world about you and what you're taking in and forming as belief systems about how you walk in this world. Are you a victim? Does your family beat you all the time? Do your friends not show up for you the way you need them to? Then go to what believing about myself that's bringing that as my truth. And then there's the physical aspects. So many of us live in pain, and I have been the program that will be coming out soon about looking at pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever you're suffering, looking at pain from the energetic woo-woo aspect, the energetic elements of where did it come in? What are the beliefs being held in the, in the body? What is the belief system in the brain that is this anxiety aspect, part of my everyday challenge? Like, and then tools, because so many tools, and a lot of the tools bring in a reformulation of what we believe about ourselves and what we have chosen and taken in as truth that we now can change. Listen, this is most of these decks. I got to tell you, I have no idea what they're called or who made them. I have them in little bags with my cards, and each one of them, it was all of those that wanted to come out. Manjushri, Indian goddess, that tells you to listen. You want to listen to that inner voice. Unfortunately, that inner voice doesn't always say very nice things to you. Often they are saying what you can't do, who you aren't, what you're not enough of, how you are, not showing up the way you might want to. You need to hear that. You need to know that you're the one beating yourself up and accepting that as a truth, because when you project that out, you'll get those to go, oh yeah, you're a crap too. Yeah, you can't do. Who do you think you are? You're not anything. You're always talking about blah, 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 blah. Whatever the mean ones outside of yourself say, is because you have gone out and looked at those as your truth in your energy, because there's a belief about you. So what does that look like? Where did it begin? Open, willing, ready, guide me. Or about what I'm carrying, how it has influenced me, what I can do now to shift that because I have learned from that energy. The next deck that came up is this Healing Room Oracle. And by the way, I haven't looked at any of these. The title came through and the cards came out. This is my deck, this Healing Room. The message is protect yourself. Protecting yourself is not from all the others out there. You want to constantly protect your energy, because then you're choosing what you allow in your field. But protect yourself is that message. You've got to know what's there in order to know what you're dealing with. It's like in a battle, which we are not in, but in a battle, you have to know the characteristics of the enemy, the one where they're going, how they're laying out, in order to know how to fight them. We are not fighting ourselves. We are learning about ourselves. And in order to do that, we protect the very tender in us, but not through victimhood. We protect that tender by knowing what we brought in, allowed in, seen in the world as truth for us, that has been less than loving, peaceful, easy, joy, kind, and all of that. Protecting ourselves is knowing what the belief systems are that are beating us up so that we then can choose differently. That is how you protect yourself. I choose this. I choose to live in a belief system or a world of joy, peace, ease, self love, self acceptance. All of Morning Kim are the truth of who we are. And we are often protecting ourselves, from the belief systems we've taken in. So, what does that look like for you? It is different for each one of us. It is a different path that we each carry. What is it that is true for you? I have a Louise Hay calendar that was sent to me last year when I ordered some cards. I would not have ordered this calendar, but I have enjoyed it. And I might order it this year. But today's is, I lovingly release the day and slip into peaceful sleep, knowing tomorrow will take care of itself. That is one aspect of dealing with anxiety that people have. Like, okay, I choose to go to sleep differently. I choose to actually be able to go to sleep. I choose very much more words. And it starts very basically, especially if you've spent a lifetime in victimhood, blame for your situation, feeling like you were never enough, feeling like all of this weight is on you. You can't do it. You can do it. You came in to do it. And so now it's like, okay, I am the only one who can do this for me. No one else can shift my energy. They can affect it, and I can choose to have them one way or the other, either lifting me up or bringing me down. It is always my choice. You are no one's victim unless you choose that energy, and then you'll bring more evidence of that. It is you that is responsible for how you walk in this world. No one else. Nobody made you mad. Nobody hurt your feelings. You chose to go to anger with something they said. You chose to take in truth from what someone else said and allow that to be a truth. You are exactly what everybody tells you are. No, actually, Carly, you are not exactly what everybody tells you are. You are exactly what you choose to believe that other people tell you. It is always a choice you take in. Nobody else does it to you. What are you believing that is not fun, that is not true, that does not empower you or step you closer into the divine path that you came? One of the statements I heard years ago that I really liked was, what has this to do with my divine path? What has this to do? If it's not lovely, well, I recommend that you take it in as, okay, so this is still inside here. I choose to release another layer of this. I choose. And then you actively spend a little bit of time. I use breath work because it's a very powerful tool for me. The monkey mind. Meditation is that you can do that. This monkey mind does not do that. So, what is this to do with my divine path here? The next card that up, dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. Bring a gentle touch. And this is to you. Bring a gentle touch to you in your life, in your world, in your estimation of who you are. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Be kind to yourself. This is not, I remember a friend that we had, life was never meant to be fun. Well, and he would mean an incredibly unhappy man for so many reasons. And that was his whole framework. It's like, well, my life was meant to be fun, not always easy, not always joyful, but and the growing and the expansion would happen. But then I choose fun. And my phone ring used to be, all I want to do is have some fun. And when I found myself 3 colds in 4 months, where before this element came in, which was my business, not allowing my any downtime, any fun, because then I wasn't doing my business right. If I was out having some fun, I needed to be focused on this all the time. And 3 colds in 4 months. And so I finally sat down, and if I was the nurse interviewing me myself is, and well, what do you do for fun? Because the only time I would allow myself to just sit and read or lay and watch a movie or just do anything beside business was if I was sick. And so I created the downtime by being sick. And once I figured that out, it was like, oh no, I'm done with that. I choose differently. I intend differently. The power of our intention. Good morning, Renal. And so that is your power. That is where you are the most powerful. Whatever you believe, whether you believe you can, whether you believe you can't, you are right. And so it is time for you to step into your power, take charge, and be your cheerleader, be your divine chooser. The last card comes from, I do know who this is from. I often forget her name because it's not anywhere on her cards. And these were sent by a friend in a beautiful velvet bag. But Linda Fabry, a beautiful intuitive artist. She's online, I haven't tuned in for a while. So windswept harmony. And look at this beautiful, it is a mother holding a child in this beautiful, beautiful scene. Linda is just a lovely artist. Get swept up in your beautiful emotion. Let go into love and let your heart move into greater harmony with yourself. Divine harmonics is a lovely term that I will use when I do breath work, moving my physical back into the divine harmonics that I was created to be. And that is always a choosing of letting go of the traumas that have caused physical dysfunction, mental, emotional, spiritual disharmony, divine harmonics. So a lovely uplifting reading that also smacks you on the behind and goes, quit blaming everybody else. You're not the them unless you choose to be. It is always what you are choosing in this world that moves you forward, backwards. You're never really holding still, but can sit and spin for a while as you move forward or backwards. I choose to move forward in greater harmony, greater expansion, choosing where and how I want to play in this world. Some days I'm up in a ball because I've chosen and things aren't the way I want them to be, and so I whine a bit. What does that look like for you? I get up and go, okay, this is not fun. I choose fun. And so what are you choosing? What are you believing about you bringing into your path? It is all up to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet